What?
The yellow one.
In a minute. Hold on.
That was when I was going through my Xanax withdrawal, and I was one big energy bout, remember?
Oh, God. You're hell.
And I called Chad like a million times, like, Chad, please, if you go out, just put a Xanax next to the phone in the room for
Why,
me.
was he in L.A.?
Yeah, man, it's for the Jackass thing. When I remember.
Yeah. When you came back and had your seizure.
Yeah, yeah. Those were the rough old days.
Yeah, that was awful.
See? How come you don't have seizures anymore?
No Xanax.
That's what it was.
Totally. Because benzodiazepam, which is Xanax, Chad knows this, all that type shit, and then alcohol are the worst dangerous withdrawals in the world. Heroin, you feel like you'll die. Crack, you feel like you're losing your mind. But those two are the only ones that a lot of rehabs won't even take you if they're not equipped to deal with that detax, because you have seizures and you die. Hence, you're on the tennis court.
Yeah.
And you never know it's coming. We could be sitting here talking. You see me, and in a second, out.
Do you think that bee sting had anything to do with your seizure?
I think it caused it.
Yeah, I got
because
all worked
he
up.
never got stung by a bee. He just saw a bee and started like going. So all the motions.
I think he did get stung because he said it was in his shirt.
It could have been in his shirt, but I don't think he got stung. I think he started to panic. Not to mention it was hot as fuck, and we had no water to drink, and we were already playing 2 games of tennis.
Yeah.
And so.
You should re-listen to that. We aired that.
Dehydrated. I should have stood sober.
So you're probably dehydrated and detoxing.
Yeah.
And in the heat, which is
and
so
doing
not good.
Active shit. Which
And you're super active from trying to get a bee out of your shirt that you just started seizuring like a minute.
And I remember it, dude. As the bee was in there and I was running, I felt like, even though it was only one, I felt like a whole nest, a swarm of bees were after me, and I couldn't get them away. And it just seemed like, it was the worst feeling in the world, dude. Shit.
I didn't think you were going to make it out of that, dude. Looked like you were dying right in front of us.
It really did look like that.
I guess I'm here.
To the point where I just sprint at a car and dive in front of it and ask for juice. And they happen to have like
You're not supposed to put anything in his mouth.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know.
And that's you.
But I mean, they had like a half of a juice box from a little kid in the car, and
I'm sitting there holding Novak while he's foaming.
And you're still foaming at the mouth, like shaking.
Yeah. And I'm on a tennis court, so my head's probably banging. But you put your head there. I mean, your hand.
And dude, it lasted. I'm not kidding. 2 minutes, maybe 3. Picture 3 minutes right now of you seizuring. That seems like an hour.
Yeah. I mean, fuck.
Even 10 seconds would seem like an hour.
They asked me that in my drug class I go to. They're like, what do you regret about your drug addiction? I was like, honestly, I don't regret much, but there's 2 things that I really regret that really keeps me up sometimes at night. What I put my mother through and what I put my friends through. You know what I mean? Because that fucking sucks. I shouldn't put that upon anybody that I love and care about. You know what I mean? That's just unfair. Like, if any 3 of you are sitting here getting ready to die in front of my
Did they find that strange?
Yeah, they're like, well, you don't find, like, shooting up strange? Thank you. And I'm like, no, I don't, because I made a career out of that. Like, every story is good for the radio, good for the book, and they don't get it. And then I got so tired because no one was really telling the truth. I'm like, you know what? I don't even feel bad about letting a man suck my dick for $10. And because I really don't talk that much.
The whole room like a record scratch?
Dude, you could hear a fucking pin drop. And I'm like, I'm not gay. I obviously have a fucking gorgeous girlfriend at home. And I'm just telling you kids this because you got a dirty urine for weed. But keep doing drugs, and you'll be on that street corner one day, too. You know what I mean? I want to say all this shit, but I have to bite my tongue.
Are you the pro addict at your classes?
I try not to say too much about my drug addiction because they'll think that I'm worse than I am, and then they'll keep me there longer.
I think if you just go worse, then you're telling the truth. Everybody else is like, so what'd you do today? Took my girlfriend out to dinner. We had a nice steak. Didn't drink any wine, though. Then we went home and watched a movie. Like, why can't you just say, went out to dinner, had 2 glasses of wine, then we wanted to go out to a different bar, and then I had 2 more glasses of wine, and then...
Because it's in correlation with my parole officer, so whatever I say there she takes...
But they're asking what you did, so now you gotta lie.
But I'm not allowed to drink on parole.
Well, then everyone has to lie.
Yeah.
Because you know that everybody there is not sober.
Totally. Not one bit. Not at all. We actually they tricked us the other day because usually you get a urinalysis with your one-on-one counselor session, and they're like, we don't know what it is, whether it's the time of year or what, but everyone is relapsing right now, so everyone's going to take urinalysis, and everyone in the class is like, fuck, because they send it out to a lab, and that can tell if you drank the day before, and I would have been clean, except I did that goddamn rap video here. Remember, I wasn't drinking all night, and then I had a few sips of wine, like, great, now I'm going to come up dirty.
not to mention, to add to the worst day of my life story, when I got on the flight, I found some dude who had 20 Xanax, but I had to buy all 20 of them. And I'm like, well, fuck, I'm going to Ibiza, so I'm going to be on, and then I'm going to Croatia, which I thought.
Right.
So I'm going to be flying all over the place with somebody, so, you know, maybe I'll need all 20 at one point, because I never even take that unless I'm on a flight. But, so I get on the flight, I'm like, all right, I'll take one. It was a football.
All right.
Then I give her like a half of one, or maybe or one full one, I can't remember. But I had this whole thing of them, and I decided to put them on the tray table and fall asleep. Well, they fell when I was sleeping. So when I got off the plane and realized that I missed that flight, had to buy a new fucking flight, I missed the Croatia flight, and then I'm just like, I need a fucking Xanax just to calm me down. Then I realized that I left them on the flight.
Oh my god, dude! You're lucky your plane didn't go down.
And because my name wasn't on the bottle, they wouldn't give them back.
Oh, someone actually. Oh yeah.
Because I went back to the customs area where you're not allowed to go.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, I know I'm not allowed to go back here, but I need to talk to an officer now because I just got off an airplane and I need my medications in seat 20, whatever, you know.
Right. Yeah, they won't give that shit back.
Yeah, well, they said that all they found was a cell phone on that flight.
Some fucking lucky passenger just looked down and a bottle of pills came rolling to his feet. Dude, I used to pray for that shit when I'd be on a flight.
Yeah, but what if you don't know what it is? I think everybody knows what a football is. No.
What's that, a 4 milligram?
Put on a headphone.
Nah, that's 1 milligram. The football. Dude, I remember being on flights, and I'm withdrawing as usual when I used to do it. And I'm like, looking around at everybody, I'm like, you know what? I know there's at least 40 people on this flight with sleeping pills in their pocket, or Xanax. Everyone takes Xanax for flights.
I think about that, too.
I look
more
around,
than
like,
40.
I know they have it. Well, I'm guaranteed 40.
At least 40. Yeah.
Guaranteed. I'm like, God damn it. The person next to me probably has a whole fucking bag full of them. You know what I mean?
I mean, if you make enough noise, somebody will give you one to shut you up.
It's true. Then I can take the risk of getting thrown off and stuck in the airport for fucking a whole day.
I seriously, at one point, because on the flight back I had nothing, and I was like dying for one, because I had to wake up at, I went to bed at like 3:30 in the morning, and then I had to wake up at 4:30 to go to the airport.
Why did you go to bed? That's like a...
It was to the point where I felt like I'm being Novak, scoping people out, like, that motherfucker definitely has Xanax.
Yeah.
That motherfucker definitely has Valium or Xanax.
Totally.
Like, that creepo definitely has both. You know, like, I'm thinking, like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to ask, it's going to be him for sure. If I'm going to,
you know
like,
what's funny? The one that you don't pick is probably the one with the whole prescription, like the old fucking lady with her grandchild.
Oh, man.
It usually is the old ladies that...
They always have a rack of pills.
Yeah.
All the time. Whether it's heart pills, fucking anxiety pills, sleeping pills, pain pills. They're a one-shop drugstore, dude.
Yeah.
If you're ever going to rob someone for drugs...
I remember I was at the airport in Philly talking to some lady. She was this old lady. She was probably like 45, but she looked like she was 55. And she's sitting there, and she's like, Jesus Christ, I got to go to fucking Florida to visit my fucking drug addict brother, fucking piece of shit. He's doing this, doing that. Oh my God, I need a Xanax right now just to think about it. So she pours them all out, swallows them. She's like, oh, Jesus Christ, I need a fucking cigarette. I'm like, if you need a cigarette, you need to go all the way outside.
Security, yeah.
She's like, well, I need one anyway. Can you watch all my stuff? I'm like, I just met you for 2 minutes, and you're going to take the chance to leave all your stuff
all
with
your
me
belongings.
To go smoke a cigarette. Then you have to go through security again.
The jackass guy stole all our shit. I doubt it.
Oh,
yeah, no, but I mean, like, what if I had to go? What if it took too long for her to do that? Like,
the apple not far from the tree.
but like,
I wonder why there's some drug addicts.
she's swallowing Xanax, drinking loads of booze, calling her fucking brother a drug addict that she has to go visit. Well, what's he on?
I know.
Is he
Why
fucking
is he
shooting
worse than
heroin
you?
up his asshole? You know, like, what's he doing that's different than you?